Hello, everybody. So, this is a new episode about Chinese culture. The deepest ambition inside Chinese civilization. It's not just to manage people, it's to transform people. Civilized and human, why China didn't just rule people, it tried to cultivate them. In many civilizations, power wants your obedience. China wanted something deeper. It wanted your posture, manners, speech, your emotions, your family role, your sense of shame, your idea of what a proper person should look like. That's the difference between ruling people and cultivating people. Ruling says, do what I tell you. Cultivating say, become the kind of person who doesn't need to be told. It's much more powerful. The best empire is not the one that keeps soldiers in every street. The best empire is the one that installs the small official inside your conscience. And in Chinese civilization, the official often sounded very polite. He did not always shout. He said, be sensible, know your place, respect the elders, don't embarrass the family, don't disturb the harmony. Be civilized, have some quality, be a proper person. That sounds gentle, but sometimes the softest cage is made of good manners. Westerners often translate 教化 as education or civilization. Education gives you information. Cultivation changes your reflexes. Education teach you what to know. Cultivation teach you what you feel ashamed of. Education say, here's a book. Cultivation say, here's how to see, speak, bold, desire, endure, apologize, obey, and pretend you're fine at family dinner. That's why 教化 is such a powerful word. It doesn't simply mean teaching people, it means transforming people. Taking a raw human being and shaping him into a socially acceptable form. A child becomes a son, a man becomes a minister, a woman becomes a daughter-in-law, a subject becomes loyal, a scholar becomes refined, a local person becomes part of civilization. The goal is not only knowledge, it's form. China did not merely ask, are you educated? You often ask, have you been shaped? That's why the word "wen" matters. In Chinese civilization, "wen" is not just a writing. It's a pattern, culture, refinement, order. The opposite of roughness. A person with "wen" doesn't just know things. See, he has been patterns. His speech has texture. His body has restraint. His anger has manners. Even his rebellion ideally should have decent calligraphy. It's very Chinese. In some cultures, the heroic person is the one who breaks form. The cowboy, the rebel, the prophet shouting in the wilderness. The teenager in an American movie who says, you don't understand me, and then somehow saves the town through emotional sincerity and a guitar. But in traditional Chinese imaginations, the admired person is often the one who has mastered form. He knows when to speak, when not to speak, how far to stand, how to mourn, how to serve, how to criticize without looking like chaos, how to be human without spilling too much humanity on the floor. It's cultivation. It doesn't destroy the self, but it edits the self, sometimes beautifully, sometimes brutally. Now it is clear than in the ritual. You also often misunderstand ritual. They think ritual means empty ceremony, a bow, a costume, a very serious man walking slowly in hat. But ritual is not just decoration. Ritual is politics taught to the body. It teaches hierarchy without needing a lecture. Who enters first, who sits where, who speaks, who waits, who bows deeper, who receives the cap, who pours the tea, who must endure, who must smile. A society doesn't need to explain power every day if it can make people rehearse power within their body. A law controls what to do. A ritual controls what feels nature. And once hierarchy feels nature, power no longer looks like power. It looks like good upbringing. That's why the dinner table may matter as much as the throne. A child learns civilization before he reads philosophy. He learns it when someone say, sit properly, call your uncle correctly, don't talk back, let the elder eat first, don't make the family lose face. Congratulations, you have entered political philosophy through soup. This is where Chinese civilization becomes very intimate. It doesn't begin only at the border. It begins inside the family. The first frontier is not between China and the outside world. The first frontier is between the raw child and the proper child. The child arrives loud, hungry, emotional, selfish, shameless, alive. Civilization arrives and say, excellent, now we fix that. The child must learn to lower his voice, to read the room, to control emotion, to respect age, to accept the comparison, to understand that I want is less important than we expect. In the West, people often say be yourself. In China, people say be appropriate. These are not just different parenting styles. They are different civilizational grammars. One says the self must express, others say the self must be placed. Of course, the West doesn't always let people be themselves. It says be yourself, then give you a college debate, beauty center, LinkedIn, and a therapist who help you become a more productive version of your trauma. Very liberating, but the official language is still self-expression. Chinese older language is different. It asks, have you learned your role? Have you learned restraint? Have you become someone others can live with? That can be wise. Human beings do need form. A person with no self-control is not free. He's just a weather event with opinions. But form becomes dangerous when it teaches people to despair. This is why the phrase 没教养 is so powerful. It doesn't simply mean you lack education. It means you were not properly shaped. Your family failed, your manner failed, your body betrayed your background. You're not just around, you're uncultivated. It's a much deeper insult. In English, rude is bad. But 没教养 carries more shame. It says your behavior has revealed your origins. It turns one moment into a judgment on your whole formation. This is also why 有数字和没数字 become so important in modern China. Quality, civilized behavior, don't speed, don't cut in line, don't speak loudly, don't embarrass the nation abroad, don't act like low quality people. On the surface, it's a public manner, and yes, public matter. Nobody wants to live in a society where every bus ride feels like a prison raft with air conditioning, but beneath the matter is a deeper anxiety. What kind of human represent civilization? Who is refined? Who is backward? Who is worthy of the center? Who makes us look bad? That's cultivation as social judgment. It turns manner into moral ranking. Now we understand the old distinction between Hua and Yi more carefully. So Hua means China, Yi means the territory outside of China. Don't reduce it to simple race. It misses the point. In many periods, the boundary was not only blood, it was culture, ritual, language, dress, submission to the proper order, recognition of the center. The outsider could sometimes become civilized by entering the ritual world. This is both flexible and imperial. Flexible because civilization is not only biology. Imperial because the center gets to define what civilization means. It's a deeper structure. The center doesn't merely defeat the outside, it wants to transform the outside. The barbarian is not only an enemy, he is unfinished material. That's a civilizing gaze. Well, when we say barbarian, it means it's not Han culture, it's not our dress or culture, and it's outside the ruling territory of our empire. So it says, you're not simply different, you're incomplete. We can improve you. It's the most seductive form of domination because it doesn't arrive at history, it arrives at education. It says, we're not destroying you, we're refining you, we're giving you order, we're teaching you how to be fully human. Every empire loved this sentence. Rome loved it, China loved it, Britain loved it, France loved it, America has loved it too, especially when entering other countries bombs and PowerPoint presentation about democracy. The civilizing mission is always polite at the beginning. It says we come with rules, laws, schools, hygiene, reason, progress, order. Some of these things are real. The danger of civilization is that you often bring gifts with one hand and a mirror with that other. The gift is say we can help you. The mirror say you're not enough like us. This is a cross-cultural hard episode. China did not invent the civilizing mission, but China developed one of the most sophisticated language for it, 教化, to transform through teaching, to make the uncultivated cultivated, to make the rough pattern, to make the local legible to the center, to make the human readable to order. This is why civilization is never innocent. Civilization gave us poetry, law, memory, manners, tenderness, architecture, and the ability to get dinner without behaving like a raccoon with chopsticks. But civilization asks a dangerous question. Who decides what counts as human refinement? Who decides which emotions are ugly? Which accents are low? Which costumes are backwards? Which body are improper? Which people need to be improved? Because the moment of civilization say, I will cultivate you, we must ask, into what? For whose order? At what cost? And what part of you must die to become acceptable? That's a real drama, not civilization versus barbarism, but civilization as a machine that produces its own idea of the human. A school is this is why schools matter so much. A school is not just where children are facts. A school is where society rehearses the human being it wants. Stand in line, raise your hand, wear the uniform, speak a standard language, control your body, compete quietly, accept the ranking, respect authority, write the correct answer, feel shame at the correct time. In China is often very visible. Morning exercises, uniform, class slogan, read manners, exam rankings, teacher authority, parents meeting, the whole emotional weather system becoming someone. But don't laugh. Your school do this too. They just decorate it differently. Instead of obey the teacher, they say participate constructively. Instead of serve the collective, they say be a team player. Instead of rank, they say holistic assessment. And then somehow, everyone still knows who got into Harvard. Every society uses school to manufacture the human being it prefers. China's version is more honest about discipline. The West version is better at calling discipline personal growth. Same factory, different bullshit. Corporation do it too. They don't say we want you to obey. They say we're building a culture feed, company values, leadership development, professional communication. Bring your authentic self to work, but not the authentic. A very careful manage authentic self. The kind of authentic self that answers emails quickly, never straightens a quarterly move, and says circle back without dying inside. It's more than cultivation, not confusion, not imperial, but still shaping humans for order. The company doesn't only buy your labor, it wants your attitude, your tongue, your smile, your ability to absorb nonsense with emotional intelligence. This is why the Chinese idea of cultivation helps explain the modern world. It shows that the power rarely stops at behavior. It wants character, it wants personality. It wants your inner voice. It wants you to become the kind of person the system can use without constant force. It's the ultimate dream of every order. Not obedience under pressure, but obedience as identity. To be fair, cultivation is not only operation, it's important. A word without cultivation should be hell. Imagine every adult expressing every emotion at full value all the time. Actually, that's just traitor. And it's not going well. Human being need formation. We need manner. We need restraint. We need music for the soul. We need ways to live with people we did not choose. We need to learn how not to turn every feeling into public emergency. In this sense, Chinese cultivation carries real wisdom. You understand that human being is not born complete. We are born as possibility. We become humans through language, care, discipline, memory, imitation, shame, love. No civilization can survive without shaping people. The question is not whether humans should be formed. Is confirmation happen without humiliation? Can civilization teach restraint without killing oaths? Can manners create dignity without creating fear? Can a society cultivate people without making wilderness into seeing. This is where beauty and danger meet. Chinese civilization at its best believed human beings could be refined, not merely controlled. Refined. A rough person could become cultivated. A selfish person could know duty. A chaotic emotion could become music. A violent impulse could become ritual. An ordinary person can become Junzi, not just a gentleman, but a pardoned, morally formed person. It means humanity is improvable. It means culture matters. It means we're not trapped in raw instinct, but the shadow is always here. If the highest human is a cultivated human, then the uncultivated human become morally lower. If order defines refinement, then the person who doesn't feed order becomes crude. If civilization defines the human, then difference becomes deficiency. That's when cultivation turns into domination. The hand that teaches posture can also push the head down. This is why the topic matters now. Modern society everywhere is obsessed with cultivation. Self-improvement, education, serve, fitness, professionalism, civility, productivity, optimization, re-education, leadership training, sensitivity training. Modern life has become one long workshop where everyone trying to become a better version of self while secretly wanting to lie down on the floor. We think we escaped old civilization, but we're more cultivated than ever. Our bodies are trapped, where speech is monitored, where manners are politicized, where emotions are therapized, or personalities are branded, where mistakes are archived, or identity are created. Though Chinese question return in modern form, what kind of human should you become, and who gets to decide? China shows us the deep ambition of civilization itself to turn human being into forms that fits an order. Sometimes the order is beautiful. It saves us from chaos. It teaches us grace, music, respect, memory, patience. Sometimes it makes us less selfish and more human. Sometimes it makes us smaller, more silent, more ashamed, more afraid of becoming improper than being untrue, more worried about losing faith and losing the soul. The question not whether civilization is good or bad. It is what does your civilization need to cut off before it calls you refined. It's a question every culture should ask. China asks it through 教化. The West asks it through education, professionalism, identity, and self-improvement. Every society say we're helping you become better, but always ask better for whom? Better according to what image? Better serving what? Whose order? Because sometimes becoming civilized means gaining a world, and sometimes it means losing the part of yourself that still knows how to breathe. The most powerful civilization is not the one that conquers your line. It's the one that teaches you how to conquer yourself and call it becoming human.